I started to spot a little bit. He was freaking out, and with good reason. I don't know what's wrong with me, but hey, I'm literally growing a baby. That's the name. I'm naming my baby. I don't care about people's opinions. And you're like, Jesus. Guys, I'm just a person on the internet for you guys. But look at me now. Good afternoon, you guys. Welcome to today's little second trimester chat. This is a little disclaimer that I had no intention of filming today. I wore this like crop top sweater that used to fit me. I bought it right before I knew I was pregnant, and you know, this is just like my style right now. Mostly because I can't bring myself to buy any maternity clothes because I know it's only gonna be for a few months. Anywho, this is my style. I'm gonna embrace it because honestly, it's winter and I'm just at home. So my daughter is currently napping, and I thought it'd be fun to do a little chit chat for my second trimester. Things that have happened, little scares. I had to go to the hospital one time and just chat all about it. I thought I'd make it a little comfy video. I got some hot chocolate because honestly, I'm freaking freezing in my own home. I'm looking through my phone because I know I started to track symptoms during my second trimester. But now that I look at it, I literally see that I only tracked for like 2 weeks, and that's that. So I guess most of this chat will be from the heart, from what I remember. But let's start with the most obvious thing that you can obviously see, and that is my face. This is horrible. I have like not been able to get rid of this. I don't know if it's like acne or rosacea or a mix of both, but this did happen with my first pregnancy as well. So I know it's like a hormone thing, and when I do get my periods, something like this usually happens, not as bad and obviously not as long. But I think it's because I'm having a girl, there's more estrogen, right? Which breaks you out. Not sure, but I think that's what I read. And basically my face has been like this non-stop. I don't try to cover it with makeup because one, I don't wear makeup every day, just for when I film. And today I did not because I just want to show you the true reality of what I look like day to day. Honestly, I just think it needs to breathe. I am not a face picker usually. Like, I like to pop pimples, yes, like anybody else. I try not to touch my face too much, but as of lately, I don't know what it is. I just want to like pick the little scabs. And I'm sorry if this sounds gross, but I just want to pick the scabs and rip them off my face and then hope that tomorrow or the next day, it's just gonna be healed and completely gone, which is obviously not gonna happen, but a girl can wish. This, I don't think it started in the second trimester. I think it started in the first. I'm just really bad with the face stuff during pregnancy. But I do feel like it got a lot worse during my second trimester, now heading to my third. I didn't even see how many weeks I am. As of yesterday, I am 28 weeks, so I'm officially into the third trimester. It says my baby's as big as lettuce. Yeah, a lettuce head. And let me tell you, this baby has been moving so much. She's constantly kicking, bumping. Honestly, that makes me so happy. Like, I love to feel her. I love to know that she's in there, she's moving, she's good. I guess I'll talk about the anxiety thing now. But in my first trimester video, I did mention that I do get anxious when I don't feel her move because of my past miscarriages. Now that I feel her move every single day, almost like every couple hours, it makes me feel so at ease and just like, she's in there, she's safe, she's moving around. I definitely appreciate it every single time. It doesn't feel bothersome to me. I know I'm still 28 weeks and there's a lot to grow, but as of now, to be honest with you, it's just made me happy to know that she's okay and we're doing good. Speaking of a healthy, growing baby, this brings me to my next topic. I feel like this conversation is just flowing. We had a little scare that we had to go to the emergency room. And to be quite honest, I wasn't too worried about it. It's always a little scary. I did have a lot of cervix checks this pregnancy. So I had one at 22 weeks and they just trying to make sure the cervix is good. Nothing is detaching from anywhere. So when they do that, they have like the transvaginal ultrasound. Don't know what it's specifically called, but it's basically the ultrasound that they have to go inside and check your cervix. And up until this point, every cervix check has been okay. But at the nighttime of this day, I started to spot a little bit. It was a little worrisome because it wasn't just like a tiny bit of spotting. It was like a tad more that did make me worried. And it was bright red. And that's the scary color. Usually from like what I've heard and from what I've read and what I've been told, brown is not like a big concern. It can be normal, but bright red is a concern. I definitely wanted to just get that checked out. I think this happened around like 9-ish p.m. And luckily my in-laws were here with us. They were visiting, so they got to stay here with my toddler, and my husband and I were just able to drive to the emergency room by ourselves, which made things so much easier, so much quicker, and not having to expose my daughter to like the emergency room. And I got checked in pretty quickly, which was kind of amazing. I've never had to be in hospital. I've been to the emergency room quite a few times, and let me tell you, that was the fastest ER experience. I spoke to the nurse, I told her what happened, I told her that I did have a cervix check that day, and she agreed with me that there was no cause for concern. Most likely it was due to the cervix check. Basically, if it happened again or if it kept happening in like higher amounts and stuff, definitely come back. But she agreed that it was probably just due to the cervix check. They just heard the baby with the, what's it called? I forgot the name, but the one that they just hear like the baby's heartbeat. Her heartbeat sounded perfect when I went, and that was just, it was great to just have that reassurance that the baby was okay. But in the back of my head, I'm very practical, and I try to think things like this happens because of this and this happens because of that. So I figured it was a cervix check. I wasn't too worried. My husband, on the other hand, he was freaking out, and with good reason. Since I read more about this stuff and I've talked more to OBs, I do understand that any type of penetration can sometimes be a cause for blood. All right, let me go back to my notes and see what I wrote about symptoms. Right at 17 weeks, which I think was the start of the second trimester, I said stretch, stretch, stretch. I think I want to say that I've been having this urge to just stretch when I go into bed for some reason. I try to listen to my body and stretch in bed, but I've been wanting to incorporate like a stretch routine right before bed. I don't know what it is. I literally just want to like stretch my legs, do like a split here, but I just feel like stretching, and I don't know why. And it happens when I'm in bed. Like when I shower and I'm ready for bed, that's when my body's telling me to go stretch. So for this new year, I'm gonna try to definitely incorporate like working out into my routine, but I also want to incorporate just nightly stretching. 5 to 10 minutes, nothing crazy, you know? I can literally stretch while I watch some YouTube videos on my phone, or stretch while I'm in the shower, you know, well, not in the shower, but you guys get what I'm saying. At this point, I also felt like I had no comfortable sleeping position. I don't know if I have the pregnancy insomnia, but I feel like I kind of do, because it takes me so long to fall asleep every single night. And guys, I will not nap during the day. I will like sometimes not have coffee. I will stay up until 3, 4, and may I say one time I stayed up until 5 in the morning, and I cannot fall asleep right away. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it's literally just a pregnancy. And at this point, I did start feeling a little uncomfortable. I think it honestly has less to do with the sleeping position and more with the fact that I just can't fall asleep. At 17 weeks, I also started experiencing lower back pain. And then I wrote in parentheses, tell me why my first time having back pain this pregnancy is when I'm trying to go to bed and fall asleep. I do remember that day. That day I went to bed and my lower back just had so much pain. So I was like, oh, please don't let this be the start of back pain for the rest of this pregnancy, because it's gonna be a long freaking journey. Thankfully, the back pain hasn't been as bad as that first night. What's another symptom? I've had, hunger. I talked about my hunger in the first trimester, where I was like an empty vacuum, like the SpongeBob episode where Patrick just like sucks in all the food. And then that kind of went away. Halfway during the second trimester, it's kind of coming back, where I just feel really hungry during breakfast, during lunch, during dinner, during like midnight snacking time. And I feel like my serving portions have definitely just gotten a little larger. But hey, I'm literally growing a baby, so I'm gonna eat. Now, what I really should stop eating or trying to consume a lot less are sweets, specifically ice cream. Chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream with Hershey syrup, brownie chocolate chunk ice cream from Ben & Jerry's. I've just had the biggest sweet tooth, and I'm already a sweet tooth, but pregnancy just like amplifies the amount of sweets I want. This last grocery trip, I actually tried to stop myself from buying ice cream, and I bought low-calorie ice cream, which I still like. They're like 100 calories per little bar, because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna enjoy my treat, I need to at least try to like lower my calorie intake, because truly at this point, I've been having like a pint of ice cream every 2 to 3 days. No kidding, and then I restock. So it's been really bad, guys. And obviously it's too cold to go out on walks, to be active. Well, I could be active at home, which is my plan moving forward. Nonetheless, to say, I haven't been active, and my eating has been really bad. So I'm not saying I'm gonna stop, but I am saying I'm gonna have to take a step back and chill with the sweets. Speaking of tomorrow, I have to do my glucose test this week because I'm at 28 weeks, and I think you're supposed to do it by 26 to 28 weeks, which probably means I shouldn't have too many sweet treats tonight, which I don't think it'll make a difference for tomorrow's test anyway. But they did tell me the morning of to just have a high protein, low carb breakfast, so I'm gonna try not to go crazy. I did pass the 1 hour test with the first time, And I'm really hoping that it all goes well this time as well, because I would hate to do the 3-hour test or just fail in general. That actually reminds me that this other symptom, because I've been kind of having a little bit of swollen hands. Nothing crazy, nothing concerning like I should go to the hospital, but my hands sometimes get a little swelled. And I think it's when I have things that are high in salt or have too many sweets one day. Like yesterday, my daughter, my sweet daughter, she helped my husband season some pork tenderloin, and she kind of like went a little overboard with the sazon completo, and that thing came out so salty. But I told my husband, like, it's edible, it's okay, like, let's not throw away food, let's not order food. And I tried to eat through it, and then later that night my hands got a little swollen. It's nothing noticeable, I think, in my opinion, but I feel it because it's my own body, so I know when it's swollen. So yeah, I think I really want to get tested tomorrow and just make sure everything is good with my levels, my sugar. Now let's have a little chit chat about names. I have no idea what to name this baby. Let me tell you that with my first, it wasn't easy, guys. Like, I didn't really like any names to like name my own child until I heard her name, and then I loved it. I kept it on the list to obviously just keep coming up with names and like hearing people's ideas. That's it. Like, once I heard her name, I fell in love, and that is her name today, with like a little change in spelling. But for this baby, I don't know. I don't know what to name her. There's a couple of names that I'm like, okay, we can put it on the list, but I don't love. Like, it doesn't speak to my heart, you know? So I'm just waiting for that moment where that name just like slides into my mind. It's like, wow, that's the name I'm naming my baby. Until then, I'm kind of like stuck in this rut. And on the topic of names, I don't know if when I find out the name of this baby, if we should keep it like a secret just from our friends and family a little longer than we did last time, because I know there's something a lot of pregnant people go through, moms went through. Basically, you have this name that you love and then you share it with people and they don't have the same excitement for it. And basically, it kind of ruins the excitement to tell people the name. But this time around, I'm just not for it this time. I think it's like, now as an experienced mom, I don't care about people's opinions. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. It's my child, me and my husband's child, and we will name this child whatever we want. Anywho, that's the tea on names. I also want to chat about just having a second child in general. I think it's going to be so fun, so crazy, and just overwhelming. Like, all these emotions of happiness and gratitude and love mixed in with scared, nervous, craziness. What the heck is it gonna look like with my current only child sharing mommy with another little kid that's her sister? I stress myself out way too much about this, but I try not to think about it too much. I just want to like hold my little newborn and give her like a million kisses. But also, I want my daughter, my oldest, to know that I love her with all my heart and that she's not going anywhere. It's almost like I'm not even splitting my heart. I like grew another heart so they can both have my full heart, you know? I'm just honestly so happy about this baby, and I can't wait for her to come out. It's gonna be all fun. Well, I can't wait. Let me take that back. I can't wait. She needs to go full term. First of all. But what I'm saying is, I can't wait for the family experience. Can you believe I'm gonna be a mom of 2? I mean, you guys probably can, because you guys, I'm just a person on the internet for you guys, but I can't believe I'm gonna be a mom of 2. I honestly think it's so crazy what we imagine our lives to be. And now at 23, no, 20, what am I saying? I'm 25. What the fuck? Now at 25 years old, I'm gonna be a mom of 2 little children. I have a husband, I have a home, I have 2 pets, my little cats. And this is the life I imagined when I was 30. I remember when I was dating my husband, I told him, I'm not getting married by 25, by 23. I'll get married when I'm 28 years old. But look at me now. You literally just can't predict life. No matter what your plans are, if life takes you another way, things are gonna work out. Maybe not now, maybe not next month, because trust me, there were some hard times. It's gonna work out in the bigger picture at the end of it all. I think this video ended on a positive note, which is awesome because I have no outline of how this video is gonna go. I just grabbed my camera and I was like, let's just chat. It ended pretty good. If you guys have stuck around, thank you guys for watching. Like this video, subscribe if you want more mom content, productivity, and I'll see you guys next time.